just negative news is always being pushed out. Fear. You know, you see with Hollywood and these satanic rituals, the color red. Yeah. You see all these things everywhere in the world just showing you that evil is present. Wouldn't it be, if evil is present, good also lies?
Yeah, and good always wins too. That's what people don't understand is like good always wins. Like that's not some stupid superhero like like weird storyline. Like the good always wins. It's just sometimes the evil feels as if it's a lot more than good.
Yeah. I mean, like here's another thing. Like just seeing that picture just reminded me. I've seen this video that somebody was talking about. There's this picture of Jesus that a lot of people see, right? Where he's like making this hand gesture in the picture, but then he breaks it down like, you realize this is the exact same pose in the hand gestures that they make of Satan, right? Like it's crazy because
you know why?
It's
because they say that the devil mimics everything that God does.
Because the devil was at one point
he was an angelic
being. He was of course made by God too. There's no.
He was one of the archangels, which is crazy. Another thing is it's crazy that we don't ever refer to him by his name, which in some circumstances I understand because you don't want to give the devil power, I guess, or whatever. Like even something so simple as saying Lucifer instead of Satan is so crazy.
Yeah.
But it's just like it even says that how the devil will dress up as an angelic being. My thing is like what interests me and kind of makes me nervous a little bit is, well, it does happen. I already know it does happen. But I want to know how often does the devil dress up as an angelic being, like a pastor, and into a church? Because if he does that, he can lead everybody astray. But I don't know. It's just then there's also where the devil
talks in your head too.
True.
You think it's God in your head.
Which brings up another thing. It's very dangerous for people to assume, in my opinion, I would honestly warn people, if you've only ever heard good things about God, be careful. Like if God talks to you and he only says good things to you, be careful. You might be talking to the wrong God because Jesus himself said Satan is the god of this world.
Yeah.
So
the prince.
There's the principle. Yeah. Like, because he hears prayers too. And you want to say yes, all these other things, maybe talking to you and stuff, make you think you're going down a certain path when you're not. Like, let's be honest. God is going to tell you some stuff you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's going to tell you to shut up. Other times he's going to tell you, hey, yo, you got to get rid of this person. Even though you don't want to. Shoot, God will even try to get rid of people out of your life before you realize they need to be out of your life. And when you bring it back in your life, like, why'd you try to get rid of them? He's like, all right, you think you know better than me, right? Let them bite you. Let them bite you. It's like, like God's going to tell you some serious stuff. Not all the time you want to hear it. But it's the truth. Like, because it is you hear it all the time. Hell is such a broad and wide road that there's a lot of people on. And heaven is a very narrow road that very few are on. There's a reason for that. Again, I'm gonna keep saying it throughout this whole conversation. I am not perfect.
Yeah.
Therefore,
but God doesn't expect you to be perfect either.
That's the thing. As long as I feel like I'm making some type of progress or trying to make progress, I don't gotta be perfect to point somebody to God. That's another thing that people don't really. They get nervous because I can't tell my friend about them because I'm not perfect. I'm not a good example. Then they look at me and say, who are you to tell me? Like, but here's the thing. I don't gotta be perfect.
Yeah.
They can look at me and know all the flaws. At the end of the day, they're not trying to follow you. You're pointing to somebody who was perfect so they can follow them, not you.
Yep.
There's a very dangerous thing where worship is coming to you instead of through you. Because if it comes to you, then it can generally corrupt your character and who you are.
That's where the devil takes you over.
And that's where he went. Like, it's very scary.
My grandpa has been sane since I was little.
Okay.
Like, he's been telling me the devil is alive and well.
Yeah.
Evil is real right now in this world. Like, it is bad right now. And it's crazy. He's been telling me that since I can remember. since I gained consciousness or whatever. When I was like 7 or whatever. Whenever you gain consciousness or whatever.
He's like, what am I doing here?
But like, it's crazy now. Just I'm 14 years later. It's worse, and you're still fighting. You're constantly having to fight, but that's the power of it, because God rewards you for the fighting.
Yeah.
Spirituality rewards you for that fighting against evil.